The life of Stephen Hawking. Once upon a time, on January 8, 1942, a baby boy named Stephen Hawking was born in a town called Oxford, England. His parents, Frank and Isabel, were very smart and loved to read and learn. They wanted Stephen to be curious and to ask questions about the world. Little did they know that Stephen would grow up to become one of the smartest people in the world. When Stephen was young, he was curious about everything. He loved to look up at the stars at night and wonder about space. He asked questions like, "How big is the universe? And what are stars made of?" Stephen loved to read books about planets, stars, and science. Even though he didn't get the best grades in school, his teachers noticed he was very clever, especially in math. As Stephen grew older, he went to a big school called Oxford University, where he studied science and math. Stephen liked to learn about physics, which is the science of how things move and work. He worked hard and was always thinking about big questions, like how the universe began. When Stephen finished at Oxford, he decided to go to another school, called Cambridge University, to learn even more about the universe. But when Stephen was 21 years old, something unexpected happened. He started to feel weak and noticed he was having trouble moving his hands and legs. After visiting many doctors, Stephen found out he had a disease called ALS, also known as motor neuron disease. This disease made his muscles weaker over time, and doctors told him he might not live for very long. Stephen was very sad, and so were his family and friends. But Stephen didn't give up. He decided he would keep learning as much as he could and make the most of his life. Even though he needed a wheelchair to move around, Stephen kept studying. He didn't let his illness stop him from doing what he loved. He wanted to learn about the mysteries of the universe and how everything began. At Cambridge, Stephen worked very hard and came up with amazing new ideas about space, time, and black holes. Black holes are strange places in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. Stephen was curious about what happened inside a black hole. He discovered something surprising. Black holes are not completely black. They actually give off a tiny bit of energy, which he called Hawking radiation. This discovery was a big surprise for scientists, and it made Stephen famous around the world. As time went on, Stephen's body grew weaker, and he couldn't talk like he used to. But he still had big ideas and a sharp mind. With the help of a special computer, he could talk by moving his cheek. The computer spoke for him, and this helped him keep sharing his ideas with the world. Stephen traveled to many countries, gave talks, and even wrote books. He wanted to share his love of science with everyone, including kids. One of the most famous books he wrote was called A Brief History of Time. In this book, Stephen explained his ideas about the universe in a way that many people could understand. The book was a big hit, and millions of people read it. Stephen wanted everyone to see how amazing the universe is, and he hoped to inspire young people to become scientists. Stephen loved to imagine what it would be like to travel through space and to understand everything about how the universe works. He dreamed of finding answers to big questions, like how the universe began and what might happen in the future. He never stopped learning and kept a good sense of humor, even when things were difficult. Throughout his life, Stephen won many awards and honors for his work. People respected him not only for his smart ideas but also for his courage and determination. Stephen Hawking showed the world that even though he had big challenges, he could still achieve amazing things. He was an inspiration to people everywhere. On March 14, 2018, Stephen Hawking passed away, but people around the world remember him for his brilliant mind and his spirit. His discoveries helped us understand more about black holes, space, and time. Stephen Hawking's life teaches us to be curious, to dream big, and to keep going even when things are hard.